to another video. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different because it's not a tag, it's not about a specific book, it's not an unboxing or anything, it's just me chin-wagging with ya. I've seen a lot of people recently do these kind of chatty videos about their thoughts on BookTube and stuff, and I don't want to get involved in that discussion, so that's not what I'm talking about. Today, I just want to have a general chat about why I read books. Because I feel like some people really read for not the wrong reasons, because if you're reading a book for any reason, it's a good reason, because reading is like good for you. But reading books for reasons that I don't relate to. So I just want to chat about why I read books. And really, for me, there is one big reason. But before I get into that, I'm just going to say, this isn't going to be the same as my video of why I buy books, because it's a different topic. But if you haven't seen my video on why I buy, I'll leave a link to it, I'll put a info card or something. But I did one of these before about why I buy books. But this time I just want to chat about why I read them. There is one big reason for me for why I actually will read a book, and I think it's probably the same reason for a lot of people, but seems to be a reason that people don't mention. But yeah, the reason I read books is for my personal entertainment, my personal pleasure, because it's entertaining for me to do so. So yeah, a lot of people will like say the same thing for films. Why did you watch that film? Because it was a good film, because it was entertaining to watch. Why do you watch telly? Because it's entertaining to do, you know. I don't watch much telly and I don't watch many films, but I read books because that is entertainment to me. Does that make sense? Like, I see a lot of people and it's like the only reason they read a book, not the only reason, I don't want to like bash on anyone for their reasons for reading, but like, it seems to me that the impression I'm getting from a lot of people is that they read a book because they feel like they have to. Like, no. You don't have to. Just because everyone out there is talking about why this one book is so special and why you should definitely read it because it will teach you really important life values, that to me isn't a reason to read a book. I read a book because I want to have fun and I want to enjoy what's going on. It's really tough to say this right now because it seems like such a big thing at the minute, but I personally don't care if the book isn't teaching me anything valuable for my life. Like, I don't really care if it doesn't have any massive life lessons and isn't hugely life-changing and gonna change my perspective. I mean, sure, books like that are great, and if you can get a book to do that for me whilst I've also had a really entertaining time reading it, hooray. Fantastic. Well done. But that's not the reason I will pick up a book, and I feel like so many people at the minute are just having that sort of opinion. Like, a book's only worth reading if it's gonna give you like a lecture on your morals, and I don't think that's right. I don't want to, like, as I say, I don't want to attack anyone else's reading choices, and likewise I would really appreciate it if people didn't attack mine, but yeah, I read for enjoyment, not to have my values examined. As I say, and I'm gonna probably say it a lot now, I don't mean to like be cruel or say that anyone else's reasons aren't valid, because if you genuinely want to read because you want to be, I don't know, challenged in your life views, then that's a perfectly valid reason to read, but it's just not mine. I want to read something that I'm going to have fun with, and that I'm going to enjoy the story of, and that I'm going to be entertained by. I don't care what the characters look like. I don't care where the characters come from. A lot of the books I read, the characters come from places that don't actually exist. Because I read fantasy, more than anything, from, you know, made up lands and made up worlds. So yeah, it doesn't bother me if a book isn't exposing me to tons of different cultures and stuff, because the books that I read have cultures that don't really exist because they're not real. I don't know if I'm going to upload this or if I'm just filming to say it, but yeah. Everyone seems to be having the discussion of why diversity in books is so important, and please don't get me wrong, I agree that diversity in books is important and people do need to be exposed to different ways of life and stuff, but at the same time I don't think that a book is not worth reading if it doesn't contain that specific diversity that you're looking for. I mean, as I say, a lot of these books that I read are from places that don't even exist, so they're not going to educate me on cultures and stuff that I don't know much about because they're not real. Not the cultures I don't know about, the cultures in the book and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to offend anyone, because God knows everyone gets so offended by everything at the minute, but yeah. I'm not saying it's not important, because it is important, but I just don't think that every book has to be like that, and I don't think that a book should be discarded of because it doesn't have that. And some books aren't very specific about character appearance and things anyway, so yeah. I mean, it's a very touchy subject for a lot of people, but the point I'm saying is that I read books for entertainment value, not for life lessons. I get life lessons from life, I suppose. Like, real people, not fictional people. And I understand how some people don't, and some people do learn a lot from the books that they read, which is why people should be exposed to these things in literature, because literature does affect life. And I think that's very evident through history. Like, if you've ever studied literature, then you will notice that things that happened like years ago in classic literature have moulded the way that society is, and literature is important to the way people live their lives. But I'm just not saying that, I'm just saying that I'm just saying that not every book needs to be like that in order for it to have some value. Like, sometimes you just read for fun, and that's okay. Yeah. Not an insanely long video right now, but I just wanted to say that. I don't know if I am going to upload this or not. Reading for fun is okay. You don't have to read books because they're teaching you something or valuable in a sort of way that everyone seems to be shoving down everyone's throat that is the most important thing ever. It's really difficult to actually talk about, because I'm not saying it's not important, and I feel like I need to like reiterate that, because I don't want anyone to think that I'm saying that it's not important, because I understand how it is. I really do understand how it is important, but it's okay to do both. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. But anyway, the reason I read is for fun, for pleasure, for entertainment value. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah. I'm just gonna say bye. Bye.